Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Crypto Mio Analysis coming at you with an update video on Bitcoin and your daily update video on Bitcoin. So let's take a look at Bitcoin because the chart has been doing basically nothing from our last video. Bitcoin is currently sitting around 90,300, and we've tapped into the huge demand zone that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now, which is between 83.6 and 91. Like we said before, though, as long as the price doesn't break 91.3, then we are going to go back down. So that's just my opinion. Right now, we're waiting to get this breakout, which price is hovering around 91.3. So once we get this breakout, I do think that obviously the next area of resistance is going to be 95,000, which is probably where we're going to be experiencing some sort of pullback. But as long as price is under 91.3, I think we are going to go back down, unfortunately. So before we move forward, let's kind of zoom out a bit. Bitcoin has broken below short-term moving averages, and you can see all of them are curling down, which means that in the short term, it's definitely weak. But the macro structure is still technically intact, even though, yeah, I mean, let's just leave it there. I mean, technically speaking, for everyone that's saying it's still bullish and we're going to get one final move up, which is why I have the 139 to 148 drawn. Technically, the macro structure is still intact. Okay, so here's the important part. Bitcoin is stuck between a major demand zone and below heavy resist. It's stuck between a major demand zone below and a heavy resistance zone above 95, 91.3 even, and 106. We still have key resistance levels at 95, 10. We also have resistance at 101 and 106. So just keep that in mind. And of course, the big macro liquidity zone all the way up to 139 to 148, which I still haven't deleted because technically we still have a chance of getting up there, and technically it's still macro bullish, but we'll have to just wait and see if it does, or if the top is in, and we're gonna look back and be like, yep, basically 126 was the highest it went, and basically that's all she wrote. Here's what really matters: the RSI is bouncing from a local bottom in the low 40s. The same price Bitcoin tends to recover in the middle of the bull cycles. This doesn't guarantee a bottom, but it does mean that sellers are losing momentum. So RSI is now curling over the moving average, and it is basically, I hate saying basically, it is curling up. So yeah, if Judge Judy was here, she would be like, no, basically, no, basically. So right now the market is waiting for confirmation. The first thing is, do we reclaim 91.3? Can we flip 95,000 support resistance into support, or do we lose 88 and then 83 ultimately, and then even 70,000 would be the next support zone. So that would be the next landing pad if 83.6 does break, which I will be doubling up on my Bitcoin holdings at 70,000. So I'd be buying another 0.002. Either way, this is a major pivot. Bitcoin is coiling for the next move, so whichever way it breaks is going to set the tone for the next few weeks. Obviously, you guys already know if we go down, everyone's going to be bearish, people are going to be sad, altcoins are going to get hit really hard, and then if we go up, it'll be a Christmas miracle, and everyone's going to be really happy, including me, although I have downsized my altcoins positions so that I can venture on into accumulating one Bitcoin. I still have a little bit left, so technically I can still make a good amount of money on the little bit that I have. So now taking a look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart and taking a look at the Gaussian channel, we haven't flipped. Why is this not? There we go. We haven't flipped. The Gaussian channel hasn't printed red yet. But like I've said before, and again, some people are saying I am calling it a little bit too early. Every single time that we've actually been this deep in the channel on the weekly, and we haven't gotten some sort of quick bounce out, it has been the start of a bear market. So we are looking at the start of a bear market, in my opinion. The second we got in here, we basically broke down and we printed red. All the way before, we basically bounced from the channel and made higher highs. Even here, we bounced, and with the exception of the COVID crash, we quickly recovered and then broke back. We broke up, bounced, it was still bullish. We broke out, bounced, and now we're deep in the channel and we're about to flip below it. So that's where I'm getting that information from. But keep in mind also, another thing I want to note on the weekly is that if we actually come all the way back down on the weekly RSI, it does typically mark a bottom. So we might actually be putting in a bottom relatively soon, within probably the next 10 months. So this bear market would have went really fast, right? Like imagine if the bear market did start in September and it basically sold off for 12 months, right? So let's just say it sells off until next September, the bear market's over with, and then you're going to get consolidation before the next bull market starts. Is that what happened last time? November 2021 to November 2022. You see how it's like November 2021, we topped, and then we bottomed technically November 2022, before the bull market started. So I think it is coming really fast, and everyone that thinks that we're in a bull market right now might look back in a couple weeks and say, or in a couple months and say, oh wow, like actually we've been in a bear market, which is realistic in my opinion, but we'll just have to wait and see. So the weekly RSI is very important for me because that's where I'm going to be dollar cost averaging most of my money when the weekly RSI hits oversold, because that's typically when we do get a bottom for Bitcoin before the next cycle move. So that's pretty much it. Let me see if I missed anything. So, oh yeah, let's look at the fear and greed index. The fear and greed index is sitting at 25. We are still in extreme fear. And also, there is no movement on altcoins, so there's really no reason to look at it. I mean, this altcoin season indicator's just been on Bitcoin 10 out of the 12 months in 2025, with the exception of we had a little bit of a move, but not even truly alt season, the alt season that we've all been looking for. As far as Bitcoin dominance goes, I think Bitcoin dominance is still sitting around, yeah, it's still over 58%. So until we get a capitulation on the Bitcoin dominance, then no alt season in my opinion. But yeah, so yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below where you think Bitcoin is going to be heading into 2026. Are we still in a bull market? Will we be making all-time highs next year? Or are we looking down the barrel of a bear market? Please like, subscribe, comment. Remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. And I will keep you updated, and I'll catch you in the next video.